Hello folks, this is Hank from Branson, Missouri. We're doing a series on right hand techniques. The first two videos were on picks. The third video that we're going to be doing is on right hand techniques itself. These are basics. You need to look, if you haven't looked at the other two, you should look at them before you go into this. These are designed primarily for beginners or maybe intermediate players that were looking for maybe a little bit different quality in their playing. These basics will give you a good idea of what you need to do, okay, to achieve that. Right hand techniques is using the right hand and how the right hand and the picks are actually touching the strings. We talked in the other videos about the thumb being out straight and hitting the string straight on instead out of an angle. These finger picks should do the same thing. They should hit right straight on and not off the corner of the picks. You need to bend the picks accordingly. You can bend the picks however you feel. You can see how I bent these. They're bent up and just above the fingers. I bend them accordingly how I'm going to my fingers are actually attacking the strings. When you talk about attack, that's talking about how the strings are actually picking the strings. Okay, when you pick a string, your finger is bending like this when you're picking. It's not stiff like this and you're bouncing your hand up and down like that. These fingers are pumping like this, a pumping motion. Same thing with your thumb pick. I'm using a little different pick than I use in my other videos. This one here is a little bitty speed pick that's designed by Fred Kelly. It is called the Fred Kelly Speed Pick. Okay, how you attack the strings, we talked about that. Where do you actually pick the guitar strings as in relation to the fretboard or the bridge and the keys down here towards the keys? Generally speaking, you'll be picking right around the 24th fret. That's where your fingers would be hitting the strings, not your thumb, because your thumb is going to be out in front of it. Now, you're looking actually for a sweetness. Every guitar has what you call a sweet tone. That would be primarily where it sounds the best. I found that most guitars would be right around the 23rd, 24th, 25th fret. Try your guitar and you'll see which sounds the best to you. As you go back towards the pickup, they're going to be a thinner sound. As you go down towards the keys, it's going to be a heavier sound. You might want to vary your picking depending on the song that you actually do. If you're playing a ballad, you might want to stay around the sweet end, or maybe move down somewhat towards the keys will give you a mellower tone, or back to give you a little bit of thinner or a more bright sound. Okay. How hard do you actually pick the strings? You don't pick the strings where they're where you're trying to drive the strings off the guitar, but you want to try to make it a firm pick. See how my fingers are moving like this? I'm picking two strings. I'm picking the 4th and 5th string with my finger picks. I'm dropping down my hand to block the next tone. I pick and raise up, and I'm dropping back down to block it before I hit my next strings. Okay? And I'm doing that primarily with my palm of my hand, my finger right here. This is a Buddy Emmons style of blocking. What that does gives me an additional block from my palm to here on maybe 2 or 3 strings. Let's get into the blocking itself. There's a palm blocking where you block with your palm just like this, and you're picking the strings and laying your palm right back down, okay? And then there's a pick blocking style, which is you pick the string and lay the finger right straight back down on the string again before you pick the next one. Okay. Then there's the one that I showed you with here that I use. I call the Buddy Emmons style. Okay. And that's what we're going to be using primarily today, because that's how I play. There's no such thing as which is better than the other. Generally speaking, if you want to do real fast picking, generally the pick blocking seems to be better. But I primarily have learned this way, and I have stuck with it. I do once in a while do some pick blocking on a backward roll, and I'll show you that in another lesson. But anyway, that's where we're at here today. And whether you block either one of those styles, it really doesn't make any difference what you choose. Okay, but choose one or the other. Stick with it. Find the sweetness, and be sure that you're attacking the strings with the thumb hitting straight on, and the finger picks are hitting straight on, not off the side. Okay. Now this is Hank, and we'll continue more in the right hand technique on lesson 5. And this is all for now. See you later. Bye.